The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 628 of your daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Dark Side playing cards. So, no further ado, take a look and see what we'll get. And I am going to say this is the only version I've got. So, here, as you can see, it's in that standard glossy finish tuck box here. And it has Dark Side on the front here, and it is more like pirate and ocean themed, as you can see. So, you got the pirate there with the skull and the little parrot. You can see the island in the back. You got the deck of the boat. You got a cannonball, the barrel there, and then there's a few little like sea creatures and little plants around the Dark Tide logo down there. And it's in that blue and kind of purplish colorway. On one side here it says Dark Tides. The other side also says Dark Tides on the bottom here. All it says is manufactured by the United States Play Company, made in the USA. Then on the back here, you got the little squid, the octopus there, kind of like a rat grabbing onto like the skull there of a pirate, and it's underwater. Then you got some fish silhouettes on the back. And then for the seal, you got a custom, like pink square seal with the rounded edges. And it's just that same exact octopus design, just smaller on the seal. Nothing on the top except for that blue colorway. And the same thing for the tuck flap. And then your tuck flap is that blue color. And you can lightly see something there. But before we get to that, take the cards out of the box on the inside here. As you can see, it's just that matte white finish. Nothing too crazy there. But now that we took a look at the tuck box, I'm going to take a look at the cards. And this is the only version of this deck I have. So this is why we're reviewing this version here. And as you can see, it is gilded there. And I did get these from an open deck mystery box. So all the decks were open there that I got. So this is the only version I have. So we'll start with the back design. Here, as you can see, it is a mirrored back design with a thick kind of pinkish border going around there. So you got that same kind of octopus and skull design there. In the middle, then you got the compasses, and you got the pirate's steering wheel, like the wheel there of the pirate ship. Then you're gonna get that green and like brown kind of little square design in the back. You flip it over, same design in both directions. There. And as we saw, it is that kind of purplish pink gilded colorway for the edges. But now for the cards here. And to mention, the cards are fully inked because it has that pink border instead of like the standard white. And they're gilded. And then the faces are also pretty much fully inked as well. So it could make the cards a little bit thicker. And the cards start peeling and chipping the more you use them. But now for the Joker, it's just Joker. Then you got that same octopus around the skull, and then you got the fish silhouette in the background, and then you got the second identical Joker, so two identical Jokers, and then you got the custom Ace of Spades there, which is that kind of purplish color spade there, which then you got some like starfish and a little plant there, and then you got the suits there in the corner, like the font is in that white colorway, and then you got that kind of oceany background, and then for the majority of the cards, they all have this pretty much same backdrop. So it has like the pink or like the sky or something, and then you got like the sand, and then you got the sand and some water there. And then for the spade pips here, they're actually purple turtles, but then you still got the same white kind of font there. That design goes throughout the rest of the spades. And we got the fully inked and custom quick cards here. First, we got the Jack there, which is a skeleton. You got the Queen there, which is the female character. And then you got like kind of like if you ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean, it's kind of like Davy Jones-esque kind of there. And then you got the custom diamonds, so all the aces are slightly custom. Well, they're definitely fully custom there, and they're all that kind of purple kind of 3D design there. And then they got that same ocean kind of background. There were some different green little ocean things, like a shell and some like corals. Then you got the same backdrop once again there. The diamonds are in a pink colorway. And then you got seahorses for the diamond pips there. And then you got three more custom quick cards for the diamonds. There, and there's just different characters. You got more characters, three different characters for the clubs. And the clubs are back to that white colorway. And lots of detail there. Fully inked. And then the clubs are starfish. Then you got that purple 3D club there and some more shells there at the bottom, same backdrop. And then last we got the hearts here in that back to that pink color, just like the diamonds. And 3 more custom core cards. And then lastly, got some fish for the hearts. Then you got the custom Ace of Hearts here. With that purple color, some more shells at the bottom, and the green. And then the last 2 cards in the deck, you got a blank face, which is pure white. And then you got a double backer of the back design. But now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And these are made in the USA from the United States Playing Company. So they should handle pretty nicely, but they are gilded, so they will feel and handle slightly different. And they're fully inked, so that could also do something. But I gotta say, these are actually pretty smooth. They got a pretty nice flex to them, so they spring pretty nicely. Super easy to spring as well. And they got some pretty nice looking fans. Even though some of the cards are actually upside down, but the fan's super smooth, as you can see. And like I said, this was an open mystery box that I got these from, so they were already previously opened. So they were slightly used before, but they still handle pretty nicely. And even with the gilding, so if I fan them, I do this, you can slightly see the gilding there. They fare pretty nicely. You got the giant fan. It's a pretty interesting back design color. That pink and a kind of like green colorway. It's definitely different. I'm not saying I hate it, but I'm not saying it's my favorite kind of colorway ever. But still a pretty nice deck of cards. Like lots of detail within it. I know some people kind of like, they either love the Gilded decks or they hate the Gilded decks. I don't mind them. Yeah, but they have to be in like a specific like colorway. There's only like certain colorways that I like. Because some colorways just don't look as good to me as others. But I still like most Gilded decks. And I say, the Gilded decks, I kind of like the way they feel when you're handling. I don't know, it just gives it a little more like sturdier kind of edge to the cards. But overall, these handle pretty fantastic. No real issues there. I'm gonna say the back design, if it had a white border, then I would like it a little bit more than if there's a little pink border. I don't know, it just doesn't feel as for the right color for me for some reason. But I like the bright kind of pinkish purple gild. That's pretty nice. And then you got the fully custom like ocean kind of like pirate theme kind of faces, which are fully inked and fully custom, which I really like when they do that. And the 4 custom aces. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 628 of a daily deck review, and this has been the Dark Tides playing cards. And I'm the Game Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.